how people try to avoid being tracked in 2025 in this world, digital world. How can we be able to avoid police tracking? A disclaimer is that this video is for educational purpose. It's not to encourage any illegal activity. If you do any illegal activity and they catch you, I won't be in support of this illegal activity. Please use it wisely. Okay, that's the first method that we will learn. Before using this method, let me just give you this image why this topic is very important. So just imagine that imagine yourself here, you are in Dubai, the world famous for its high-tech policy, right? The heist goes down and the cops needs to track the suspects, right? Or maybe, let's just like that. Or maybe you're in Nigeria, someone uses a SIM card scam to defraud a bank. Maybe you're in India, fugitive escapes with multiple phones thinking that they are safe. So how do the cops catch these people? How are they going? They don't have time. How are they going to catch them? So phone, let me tell you something. Phone are like breadcrumbs. You understand? Breadcrumbs, like so they actually leave trails. Here is how it works step by step. That's the most important. I will actually teach you what are the different technology police will be using to catch these criminals. Here we go. Step number 1. Police will use what they call cell tower triangulation. Cell tower triangulation, I call it the first criminal mistake. You understand? So in this method, cell tower triangulation, here's the deal. Every time that your phone makes a call, sends a text, for example, or uses a mobile data, it actually pings the nearest cell tower. Telecom companies log these pings, storing the phone's approximate location, and then by analyzing data from at least 3 towers, police can actually estimate where the phone was at any given time of the day or of the year, of the month. They can guess it clearly. It's just like a GPS, but it's less precise than the GPS. That's why they use a cell triangulation using 2 or 3 cell tower pin logs. That's why. So it means that police will actually work in partnership with the telecom of your company, of your country. It might be Du Telecom, Etisalat Telecom, Orange Telecom, MTN, Airtel. It depends. So in case of tracking, they will go to this telecom and ask them logs of this number, please, and they will urge and give them. So it works because why this method works? This method works because phones are constantly in contact with the cell towers. That's it. It's very simple. Even when they are not actively working, even if the phone are not used, they are constantly in contact with the cell towers. You understand? It will always work. They will, in less than 24 hours, they will guess where you are living, and then they will catch you and bring you to jail. Don't go to illegal stuff. So method number 2 is by using a device that they call IMSI, catchers. IMSI catchers. So this method is like is a kind of a sneaky tools, pretends to be a legitimate tower. Is a kind of tools that pretends a kind of mobile cell tower. It actually pretends to be a legitimate cell tower to your phone. When a phone connects to it, tricks the phone into revealing its unique IMSI. So when I say IMSI, is for international phone subscriber identity. You understand? So think of it like shouting, hey. That's the trick that the IMSI is using. Hey, free Wi-Fi here. Wanna connect? And then as stupid people, your phone will go and connect to it. Then it will reveal your IMSI number. And then what's next? Game over. They can actually get you. This method works because it actually forces your phone to connect. It's a kind of reverse, connection that is pushing your phone to connect to its server. So So it always works because he's not the one starting the handshake, but it's like he's just sending a ping and say, hey man, do you want to connect? And your phone say, yes, of course. That's what I'm waiting for. I was waiting since. Thank you. And then police use this, and there are some cases in in India that I know, in Singapore that I know, and even in Nigeria that I know, that police use IMSI to track criminal, particularly scammer. So third method is by using tracking application. So tracking apps or malware is a kind of backdoors that police engineer, particularly their ITC department, they will actually build a software, not like a backdoor, a payload, that they will embed it into a kind of application and then send it to you, to the criminal, and then the criminal will click. They will trick the criminal, maybe by sending an email, a text message, an email, or even using social media to pretend to be somebody, and then trick it to open a link. As you open the link, in the background, the background will be opening your GPS, your microphone, your camera, sometimes for screenshot. And then what is it? What's next? Is game over. Definitely game over. Because this method works because malware, is very interesting, because just they are using this malware technique when they know that we are in 2025, and then we do have a lot of criminals that they are tech savvy, so they can take precautions to not be traceable. So how can we get to them? How can we catch them? Just imagine how police, FBI did to catch Hush Puppy in Dubai in 2020. So you can guess, right? Use this kind of trick, and definitely they got him. So it's doable. If you want, when you will reach like 1,000 followers, and then we start showing you real time how to build a kind of malware like that. Okay. So that is very interesting with this method, because it's very accurate, because it activates the moment that you click or you open a file, you click on a link. This malware will activate in the background without you knowing. The GPS, the microphone, and the camera. Can you imagine? Can you count how many applications you are downloading that ask you for access of your camera, for your GPS? So there's a lot of way to do this, and very interesting. It can be done remotely. No need to run after you, with all these noises. The fourth method police can use to track criminals, and they are using mostly also, is by using the technology of GPS and satellite surveillance. Satellite surveillance. Phone today, for example, are GPS enabled automatically, and apps constantly request, you get it. I said it previously. I just said it. Apps constantly request for location data, etc. So with a warrant, police can actually request GPS data directly from Google. They can actually say, from Google, from Apple, from Facebook, they can say, hey bro, this number, this IMSI number, I want the exact location of this phone. And definitely Google will give them. That's how it works. That's how it works. So the interesting things with this method, that is like GPS is like few meters. Satellites can actually even track you even in kilometers. From a different country, they can track your location using satellite. That's very scary, guys. I'm telling you, very scary. It's like in 2025, police have everything to find you out here. They have everything. If they did not find you, it means that maybe you did not yet reach their. You did not do enough for them to catch you or to find you. If they want to find you, they find you definitely. Okay, that's how it works. So. And I think that's the fourth main method that police are using to find criminals outside here. So, as just stopping this video here won't be interesting. I want to actually go to the next part, second part, to show you how to be untrackable in 2025. That's the most important, because, see, I know that this part you guys are waiting, you are waiting this part because that's the most important. So please, if you are learning something, if you feel like you learned something on this first part, please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give your comment and give me a comment. Come to the comment section and tell me how can we be untrackable, how people are doing, how criminals are doing in their country to be untrackable. You understand? Let me know, and then maybe it can help somebody outside here. So remember that we saw that police can use cell tower triangulation, that the data from the cell towers to track you. They can actually use the IMSI catchers device. It's a kind of stingrays to catch you, to track you. They can even use like malware apps or backdoors, payloads, where they can put any virus inside, program inside, and track you so that they can activate your GPS, activate your microphone, your screen, camera, all this stuff. So they can even use social media, open sources, to pretend to deliver this kind of malware, for example. And they can definitely use Google Map, Google Map, like, you understand. So to get your GPS, yours, and from the GPS and or from the satellite. So now let's just go to the methods how we can be safe. Okay, how we can protect yourself, how you can be untrackable in this 2025 which is starting. I'm not telling you this for to encourage you. Remember, this is for educational, because I believe that the moment that we are talking about privacy, it is important for you to know how they are tracking, how they are getting your information, because it's all about your privacy. Is important. So the first method criminals are using, or you can use to not be trackable outside here, is to use airplane mode, and you add it with Faraday bags. Let me explain how it works. When you switch your phone to an airplane mode, for example, it disconnects from all cellular device network, all cellular networks, all Wi-Fi, all Bluetooth. So so it means that essentially your phone stop communicating with any cell tower outside here, right? So, or any device, impossible. You cannot connect with anything. It's just like a dry wood. Your phone becomes a dry wood, right? Which makes very hard to trace and in the real time, definitely. So to go further, for example, you can combine this airplane mode with what they call Faraday bag, as you are seeing on your screen. So it actually puts this Faraday bag is a kind of a pouch made of, let me say, a conductive material that blocks all electromagnetic signals. So that's the point. So inside, when you put your device, when you put your phone inside this bag, your phone is effectively invisible. I really mean it when I say it. So to any network, any Wi-Fi, any cell tower, impossible, because it is inside the Faraday. We know some criminals that they went to some shop and then they stole some phones there, and then they put it into the Faraday bags to make it really untrackable, undetectable. So that's the point, Faraday bags. So it has like some limitation. Don't forget, when you remove your device from the Faraday and you and you off the airplane mode, what's happened? You know what's happened. Definitely you start communicating with the cell tower and the environment. you can be trackable then. So the second method is to use what they call bona phones, and you can also use the method of SIM swapping. So bona phones, these are cheap phone online, you can buy it. It depends, very cheap phone you can buy, and most of the time they comes with prepaid SIM card. You understand? That's what criminals are using. So you buy a cheap phone, a bona phone, disposable phone, is a kind of disposable mobile phone. So most of the criminal they are using is a kind of temporary phone that they use and then they just throw it. They use and then they throw it. You understand? So when I'm talking about SIM swapping, this method means that so it involves changing SIM card to create like a fresh identity anytime. You get my point? So some advanced user clone even SIM cards to use fake registration. Some people are even using people identity to identify the SIM cards that they are buying. They can pay. You understand? So that's the point. When you combine both of them, using bona phones and swapping the SIM card, changing when you do something and then you change the SIM card, you do something, change the SIM card, it makes things very hard. You understand? So and here is the pro tip. Remember, whenever you're using the bona phones, so avoid linking it with your online account. Don't use any social media because some bona phones can can be connected online. Don't open your Gmail, don't open your WhatsApp, LinkedIn, whatever with this phone, because it can actually leave some trace behind you. You understand? So, and give your location, all this stuff. Don't forget. So the third method people are using to be not to reduce the risk to be trackable is to use what they call the method of GPS spoofing. So GPS spoofing involves using application, apps, or hardware, or even hardware to fake your location, GPS location. So in another video very later I will teach you how even to create your hardware to fake your GPS. Is doable, it's possible. So this trick tracking system, is kind of, it tricks the tracking system of police, showing that you are somewhere when you are not actually there. You get the point? So for example, when it comes to apps, for the GPS spoofing, you can, if you're using Android, for example, you can go to apps, Play Store, and then just type like fake GPS location, and then you will find a different suggestion that Play Store gives you. If you're using iOS or iPhone, you can just type iTools, and then you will see the different options, right? So it actually allows you to set your location to another location. When you are in another location, you get, I know a lot of scammer, even some people are even using it to register into some platform, like a dating platform, like how they call it, Tinder, Pokemon, anyway, Badu, yeah. So that's the point. So here is the pro tips that I can give you. So you always need to combine the GPS spoofing, with an airplane mode if you want to, just enhance the layers of obfuscation. So that's very important for you. So because high-tech technology can detect you understand, or you can actually put the GPS spoofer with a VPN. So it brings me to the fourth method. The fourth method that you can use is to use a virtual private network and Tor. Always with Tor or without it, and or it depends on you. So see how it works. VPN actually has this particularity to encrypt your internet traffic, you understand, and then it actually encrypt it and route it into through a servers, you understand, in another location different from your location, you understand. So it masks your IP address. Knowing your IP address, they can identify your location, you understand. It's your IP address that the GPS is using to know, and the satellite is using to know where you are living, you understand. So that's for the VPN. And for the Tor, the Tor is actually more sophisticated in a ways that it actually uses a kind of what they call onion router. It actually takes a step like it's bouncing your connection into multiple anonymous nodes, like in different locations, maybe 3 4 nodes in different locations, you understand. So it means very and very hard to know who is browsing, you understand. Just that's the point. So don't forget, whenever VPN is great, so you understand, because always use VPN, because when you are using VPN, for example, it can help you bypass restriction, location restriction, because for those who are in Islamic countries, there are a lot of movies that are not allowed. For example, some movies, adult movies, porn movies, all this stuff, but like people still succeed to bypass it by using VPN. You understand? That's why I wrote this book, this free ebook, that how to be 10 ways to be 99% anonymous, you understand. So don't use free VPN. There are ways to use. There are VPN that I suggest in this book. How to get the books is very easy. You subscribe to this channel, and then you join the community WhatsApp. Is always in all videos. The WhatsApp link is there. Even in the description of the channel, you can see the link of the WhatsApp group. You just join, and then you receive the book. Okay, so that's for you. And the other method is to use old phone. So move like this. That's the fifth method for to be untrackable. Use old phone, you understand. The ultimate, for me, the ultimate method, the ultimate untrackable method for any activity, I'm telling you this, but the ultimate, one of the most, is to use old phone. Very old phone. This old phone, they looks like Bonaphones, but this old phone, this Nokia, this old Samsung, this Sagems, this Alcatel, you remember this old phone, this nonsense phone, this alibi. So stop using smartphone. You have to go back to the old school features phones, you understand, for to or public pay phone. It all depends on you, you understand. Very interesting countries like Asia, India, Africa, it's very easy to get like a phone without even having your name, without a bill to be recorded, you understand. It's like a normal job. That's how people are using. So that's very interesting. So even if a feature phone, so avoid carrying like it at places tied with identity. Don't, let me say like that, this kind of phone, don't carry it with you. That's even if you're using your old phone technology, use it at home, or you can like use it mostly at home, you understand. That's or if you cannot use it at home, I suggest you to use it in places where there are high but very high traffic. You get my point? That's the point, like market, airport, I don't know. So that's what I can say for you. Yeah, that's all method when I can say. So that's the different method that we talk about airplane method, airplane mode, and Faraday bags for invisibility automatically, burner phones and SIM swapping, GPS spoofing applications, VPN and Tor, and old phone to increase. So on the other method, I forget to bring it here. Let me say the sixth or the fifth, I don't know. Use encrypted messaging emails. Encrypted messaging platform for your emails. Don't use Google, don't use Yahoo. It's very, I already said it in the in my book. It is when you guys are dealing with illegal stuff, or you are worried about your privacy, you don't want to leave trails behind you, don't use this email platform. Use more encrypted ones like guerrilla mails, or proton mails. You understand? It's very important for you. Very important. Gorillas, guerrilla mails, proton mails. It's very actually free. It's normal. You subscribe there and then you create an account. Plus, in the book, I actually explain everything in that free book. You understand? And even the chatting app platform, the chatting WhatsApp is not that much encrypted. You know. So let me tell you that, like, you can use platform like Signal or Sessions. These two platforms are more secure for the conversation, is untraceable. They are very independent platform that I can actually advise you, and you just add it with using Tor as a browser. You understand? So that's the point. So that's my advice for you. I hope that you will remember that this technique that I shared with you in this video is only for educational purpose, right? So because as I said, tracking technology exists in our 2025 world, to protect us, but staying informed of these technologies are very important for our privacy in the digital world like this we are living in. So if by any chance you learn something in this video, please subscribe to this channel, leave a comment, and suggest the video, share this video to somebody, like it. The more you like, the more you comment, and it actually bring more traffic to the video. You understand? So that's the point. And please, I'm waiting for you in the comment section. Tell me how other ways you can use to be untrackable in your country. Let me know how people are doing in your country to be untrackable. Share with us your experience. And yeah, of course, this was your guy, the cyber coach. God bless you, and it was a pleasure for me. See you to the next video. Shalom.